A cold evening wind swept across the plains, and the pale setting sun cast long, ominous shadows on the ground. The old wolf, with eyes sunken from hunger, stood atop a hill, gazing at the vast, green, and tranquil plain below. His aching bones seemed to creak beneath his skin. He was no longer the agile and fearsome hunter of the plains. Now only a ghost of his former self remained. He muttered to himself, another day of hunger and loneliness. Is this the fate of a former king of the plains? His gaze fell upon a flock of sheep scattered like calm, white clouds across the field. Their scent, even from this distance, tantalized his nostrils. His instinct screamed, attack. Summoning the last of his strength, he raced down the hill and charged towards the flock like a dark wind. His target was a small, playful lamb who had strayed from its mother. But in an instant, a large, angry shadow appeared like lightning between him and his prey. The herd dog, with gleaming eyes and bared teeth, attacked him with a short growl. The struggle was brief. The old wolf, burning with pain and humiliation, was forced to flee. The triumphant barking of the dog echoed far and wide. The wolf, panting heavily, said to himself, "This isn't the end. I must get my revenge." That night, the wolf couldn't sleep in his den within the rocks, tormented by the pain of hunger and rage. He plotted, "I don't have the strength, so I must use my mind. I must deceive that arrogant dog." He spent the whole night thinking about how to outsmart the flock's guardian. Meanwhile, in the warm, safe fold of the sheep, a little lamb named Mima rested her head on her mother's side. Mima was different from the other lambs. Her left leg was weak, and she lagged in running and frolicking. Her mother gently nuzzled her head and said, "My child, don't worry so much. The world isn't just for the fast runners. Look at the canary, how beautifully it captivates hearts with its small wings. You must find your own art." Mima thought about her mother's words, about how she could overcome her weaknesses with wisdom and her beautiful voice. The next day was the awaited day. The wolf had been lying in ambush since early morning with a patience born of starvation. He no longer attacked directly, but moved like a shadow behind bushes and valleys, watching for the weakest member of the flock. He knew that the shepherd and the dog, although vigilant, couldn't attend to all the sheep at once. Evening fell, and the flock returned to the fold. In the commotion of the return, Mima, who had fallen behind, suddenly found herself alone in the dark, silent plain. Fear gripped her. At that moment, a tall shadow emerged from behind a boulder. It was the wolf. With gleaming eyes and lips glistening with saliva, he approached Mima slowly and confidently. There was no escape. Mima took a deep breath and remembered her mother's advice, use your mind. Instead of fleeing, she took a few steps towards the wolf and, despite the trembling in her little legs, tried to appear calm. Then she spoke, "O King of the Plains, I was waiting for you." The wolf was stunned by this unexpected behavior and stood frozen in place. Mima continued, "Our shepherd sent me to deliver a message from him to you. He is amazed and grateful that you treated the flock with respect yesterday. He wants to make a pact with you." The wolf asked with suspicion and astonishment, "What pact?" Mima explained with apparent calm, "If you promise not to harm the flock, the shepherd will leave a fattened and healthy lamb for you in this spot every evening. You will no longer go hungry, and he will be assured that his flock is safe." This offer was like a sweet dream to the hungry wolf. But he still doubted. Mima, seeing his hesitation, put her second plan into action. "But before that, allow me to sing a song for you in honor of this pact. Our mothers have said my song refreshes the soul." The wolf, who saw the prey within his grasp and had become curious about this performance, asked greedily, "Will you play an instrument too?" Mima replied cunningly, "Of course. My instrument is a small reed that I need for singing. I saw it over there on that rock. May I pick it up?" The wolf, thinking he had complete control of the situation, allowed it with a dangerous confidence. Mima moved slowly, without haste, towards the piece of which she had pointed to. With every step, her heart pounded like a drum. When she reached the reed, she brought it to her lips. The wolf expected to hear a sweet melody, but instead, Mima screamed with all the power of her small lungs, "Help! Help me!" Her piercing, loud cry echoed through the silence of the evening plain. In the blink of an eye, the response to her cry was heard. From afar, the angry barks of the herd dog and the shouts of the shepherd could be heard. Their shadows were rapidly approaching. The wolf finally understood the clever trick he had fallen for. His eyes flashed with anger, but it was far too late. Before he could harm Mima, the herd dog attacked him like an arrow from a bow, and the shepherd arrived with his staff. The defeated and battered wolf fled, howling and whining. Mima, still trembling with fear, was held safely in the shepherd's arms beside the loyal dog. That night in the fold, the other sheep looked at Mima not with fear, but with pride. She had proven that the greatest power lies in sharp wit and courage, not in speed or physical strength. And the old wolf never returned to that area again, having learned a hard lesson. Sometimes the weakest appearance hides the strongest weapon.